So we just take a moment and enjoy the national anthem before we start our event. What the heck did I get myself?
No.
But, wow. I mean, they know what I'm talking about. Maybe some of the visitors that popped in towards the last day saw what I'm talking about. Man, these students just put it out and got beat up and got sore and there's blood and all kinds of stuff, but never phased them. The attitude was premier. Great attitude. And the great thing about these international camps, we do them in South America and Germany and U.S. every year, and they're all over the different parts of those countries. But besides a million other reasons why I love doing them, it's the building of the families and the friendships. It's just priceless. Because every time I do a camp, the next couple of years later, I realize everybody's friends, especially with Facebook nowadays. And they've become better and better friends. Everybody can't wait to see everybody else in all these different countries. It's like we're building this family. And I didn't mean to do it that way, but it's turning into that. That's really, really cool. That's something I got to see. But what I want to do is I'm going to call each one up tonight, and you're going to see these people that went through the camp. We have some specific certificates I'm giving out. Grandmaster Mark Schuerman talked about in a minute. You're going to hear a lot about him tonight, too. He's going to join me up here on stage 2. We're going to present them with some nice certificates, what we did this camp. And then I have some special presentations to acknowledge some pretty outstanding students that went through this camp. And we're talking all ages, from all different, like I said, different countries, all ages, all ranks, beginners to high black belt. A total mixture. Different style backgrounds, just amazing mixture we did. So let me get my certificate. Founder of the Way, Senior Master, Matt Scott.
Wow. I want to thank my wife, my beautiful daughter Mackenzie, my wonderful students at the Way. Thank you very much. Proud of you guys. To stand up here with all of you is probably one of the biggest honors I've ever had in my life. So I'm going to treasure this moment. Master Dave Johnson is one of the most inspirational people that I've ever met in my life. I tell people he is one of the most genuine people you'll ever meet. What he says is what he does, and you can do nothing but respect the man. And he's like family to me. Thank you, sir.
I really want to thank Matt in person in front of everybody. They put me in the movie Firefall. It made me a big hippie with a beard, like far out. One of the best roles I've ever had in any movie I've ever done. Thanks to that. And thanks to my agent right over there, killing the door. That's a Hollywood connection right there. Coming up next, another amazing martial artist. Talk about intensity, passion. Woo! Man, you guys got to see him perform. But love him. His family came and stayed with us a while back. Just love the whole family. They're just beautiful people. A good inspiration, a great role model. Alexander Geisler.
Yeah. This is tough. This is my very first time of a Hall of Fame, and I need to settle this moment a little bit. I probably stretched this 30 seconds to explain what this means to me. I grew up in East Germany. Probably most people know that Germany was divided for a couple of years, a couple of decades. And so I started martial arts when I was 12, 13. And martial arts, especially karate, Shotokan karate, was forbidden. Only judo was allowed in East Germany because it was Olympic. So I started many, many years ago, forbidden, and then all these people walked on the street and fought with their voices and broke this political system down. And now I'm here in a country that was named as an enemy for us. And this is just amazing for me to be here, to meet, that I have met Grandmaster Johnson. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dave. You are a great friend. Thank you to my family that travels with me everywhere. This is amazing. Thank you very much.
Told you it was going to be a full stage. Another one of those gentlemen that dropped everything when I was in a lot of pain and I had to test for Grandmaster. And today was the guy kicking me in the butt, saying that you have to eat that apple, you have to drink that water, stop over there, walk to the left. You got 5 minutes. I didn't hire him for that, but he was there. And I couldn't have done today. It was like perfect having him there. But he's always been that way for me. Alan Kropp.
So martial artists are all tough guys and tough girls, right?
Yeah.
But there's emotion too. I first met Soki and Isa at a AAA baseball stadium 10 years ago.
Yeah, at least.
And I said, this guy's the real deal. I'm going to try to learn what he knows. And I spent the last 10 years trying to figure out how to do that. Appreciate all that he does for me and for all of us, and for the opportunity to stand with people like this. And I appreciate my wife and my family and all my new family. Thank you.
Next gentleman's probably spent the least amount of time training with me, but blew me away. I wish he could train with me more often, but he's doing a job for our community, serving us and putting his life on the line every day as a police officer. But what an inspiration this guy is. Not only a great person, a great actor, but just spend 5 minutes with this guy, change your life. Make you laugh, make you cry, make you want to hug everybody. And it's just an amazing, there's nobody like this guy. Brett Prieto.
I feel like I'm in front of the Jedi Council right now. This is unbelievable. I actually first met Soke. We met in the past through acting stuff, but we really got to talking on the set of Firefall, which was Matt's feature film. And we got to talking, and I was like, I kind of like what Alan said. I want to know what this guy does. What does he do? So we started training. We actually, I scribed the book with Soke every day, tireless hours. We would work out a couple hours a day, and we would just we'd get after it. A lot of tough times, bruises. Yeah, it was fun, needless to say. But I just want to thank Soke. We've developed a great relationship together. I love the man, just an awesome human being. And I just want to thank my beautiful bride for being here, for so much that we've done. We've been through so much together. We have a beautiful daughter, Betty. So by the grace of God, I'm up here. Been through a lot with law enforcement, and I've actually used some techniques that I've learned in the Seido system, believe it or not. Fun stories, I can tell you that much right now. Chief, you can attest to that, you know it. Anyway, I don't want to be an oxygen thief up here. So I wanted to be Batman when I started training with Master Dave, or Soke Dave. but there's no way I can get there because he's Batman and I'm Robin to his Batman. Thank you so much.
I tell you, when I look at these names, I keep bringing them up, going, oh yeah. Man, I am like, sorry guys, but I am the most blessed person here. There's no way. I look at all these people that are in my life, I'm like, wow, man. Like this guy here, let me tell you something. You're going to see his bio in the book, and on the screen, it's 10 times longer. I kept saying, send me a shorter bio. He sent me another one, it's like, okay, it's only 5 pages. So I had to spend hours cutting, okay, what's the most, I can take that one out. That sounds kind of like that one, so I won't need that one. Jeez, his bio's like he is the real James Bond. He does everything. Imagine it, he can do it. But he's also just a great friend, a great comrade, a great lover of martial arts. I don't spend enough time with him anymore, but I really want him to be receiving this honor and be part of our family in the first inaugural Hall of Fame, Steve Collins.
I'm not usually speechless, but I sort of am today. I met Dave a few years back. I've been teaching classes around town, and we started teaching classes together, and I really appreciate his help. And he talked me into taking his camp, and I regretted it, but I loved every minute of it. And I'm still limping a year later. Anyway, I think the bios, I made it all up, but anyway. And I really want to thank my wife for putting up with my nonsense that let me get that bio by just going everywhere and doing everything.
One thing I'm thinking about that's going to make him mad and make me laugh, he's got so many plaques cover the wall, he's got to take some down, because we got big that one.
Traveled the world for years and years and years, and it's always the heart and the spirit and the soul that draws me. And the minute I met Sophie Grandmaster Dave Johnson, he had a heart like I had never seen. His wisdom, his knowledge, his skill is only excelled by his desire to share what he does. For those of you who have Googled me or haven't Googled me, I won the titles of Miss Dance of America and Miss Acrobat of the United States. I recently met with Donald Trump, and when I was 14 years old, I was the opening act at Resorts International Casino. I opened Frank Sinatra, Bob Hope, all of these people, and because of that, the laws have changed, and you could watch shows like Cirque du Soleil, minors can perform on the casino stage. It went all the way to the Supreme Court. And when I ran into Donald Trump recently, he said, I remember you used to dance as a child. Didn't you enter all these competitions? And I said, yes, and he said, how many did you enter? And I said, 220. And he said, and how many did you win? And I said, 220. And until that moment, I had never thought about that I won 220 competitions. And he said, Nicole, don't you think that's important? I never looked at what it meant to have physical excellence, to have that determination, that competitive spirit, and that drive to always excel. And being under your tutelage, every minute of every second of every day is that drive to excel, whether it's to please you or what we know is possible within ourselves. And in all of the world, and all of the teachers that have had the experience, none can describe this.
Thank you. And you know, I've talked over and over about this gentleman and what leadership he gives and the examples he shares. You know, it's harder to set a great example when you're a real high status. Well, everybody's staring at you and throwing darts at you, but he seems to do it. I think he does it better than anybody out there. That's why I'm so proud to always talk about my chief. Honorary inducted membership into the Hall of Fame, Chief Jared Dyer.
Thank you very much. It is an honor to be able to stand here today. I've had the great privilege of serving in the Fresno Police Department for 35 years, and the last 13 as the police chief. And I really believe that no authority exists except that appointed by God, and I believe God has elevated me to the position of police chief. And one thing I believe holds true about those that are involved in martial arts, those that are involved in law enforcement, is the fact that we are required to have great sacrifice, a great discipline, and we're to have an attitude of servitude. And although at times we can think highly of the position we hold, we should never think too highly of ourselves in the position. And I believe that holds true in law enforcement, and it certainly holds true in martial arts. Thank you. Dave, I love you. God bless you.
We're going to squeeze you all on stage, don't worry. Equally, another gentleman, again, that I brag about all the time, in leadership for our city. Another person that I'm always proud to talk about. And I've got to know him just as well as Chief Dyer, as a person of great faith, and they're just gentle giants. I always talk about Deputy Chief Keith Foster's like, you want the best hug? Go say hi to him. He's got the biggest, baddest, scariest, lovingest hug ever. Deputy Chief Keith Foster.
Well, it's certainly a privilege and an honor. I've been knowing Soki Johnson for many, many years, and representing International Santain Karate Association and my Hanshi, Vincent Cruz, and my Kiyoshi, Vince Santana. This is an honor. Through the years of training with Kiyoshi Santana and Hanshi Cruz, I've been able to attain the rank of Godan and Shorin-ryu and Sandan and Shotokan, and this is a tribute to the Kurobi, and for those in Japanese terminology, the black belt, this fraternity. And it doesn't matter which style we train in, this fraternity is special across the world. So, Soki Johnson, thank you. I love you. Awesome.
Our last certificate of honorary membership goes to a young lady that's just slightly older than me. And I'll tell you what, nobody can inspire people like this lady. World champion, 4-time Olympic gold medalist. First person to get a double gold medal, double. A double gold medal and a double gold medal, back-to-back Olympics. First female athlete, Olympic athlete, to grace the cover of Sports Illustrated. But more than that, she took all the stuff she accomplished and she took it into her community. She could have just stayed like I'm a star, an Olympic champion, and just live her life that way. But she's not that way. She's always thinking about others. She started a program that you can see in her bio that's all about children, making them understand that they can do anything they want. They can set goals and dream because she's an example. Her story, where she started and what she accomplished, sets it right there. Anybody can do it. She inspires them. She has a great program that teaches them to move and stay in shape and set goals. And again, just a young lady, slightly older than me, blows me away with inspiration. I call her the champ. Olympic champion, Pat McCord.
there really aren't that much words that haven't been said right here. So can I take a little bit from each one of you, and that'll be my speech? But I'd like to leave you with just one little thought. Somebody did come up and recognize me today, and she said, can I have your autograph? And I got real excited, you know, and I thought, here I am with all of these jocks up here. And I said, well, do you know who I am? And she looked me right in the eyes and says, yeah, you used to be Pat McCormick. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you what an honor it is to be here with everyone and these great champions. And this guy over here, it's a good thing he's married. That's all I can say. And with that, I'd like to say thank you, and God love everybody here.
Next couple of awards I've got going out are some special recognitions for people that are champions in their own right, not necessarily in martial arts, but like Deputy Chief Foster was talking about the different styles, the different arts. There's championships in a lot of people. There's greatness in a lot of people. And again, this event is about primarily martial arts, but about Fresno. Putting Fresno on the map, showing how great Fresno is. And we have some amazing people in Fresno. One more recognition for the Hall of Fame. I couldn't leave this person out because she's done a lot for me. And more importantly, she's done a lot more for the city of Fresno, for the valley here, and tirelessly working and looking at the lives of everybody else, the future of everybody else, trying to help them make dreams become reality. Love her to death. Our Hollywood connection, my agent, Carolyn DeVore. I know. I wanted to just catch you off guard.
I spent every summer being a kid and a teen at Bass Lake, and I was raised in Burbank. And then I decided to come to Fresno City to college and Fresno State. Then I became an agent in Hollywood, came to a movie they were filming up here, and I decided to come back and make Hollywood stars. And one of the very first people I met was Pastor Dave, and then I added some other wonderful people in my life, Matt Scons and Heather and their family, and Keith Walker and Brett Pietro. And I'm so proud that I'm a Fresno girl too. And thank you for this honor. You totally caught me off guard. Matt knows that. Looking at me. Thank you so much. If you want to be a star, come on over. We'll try and make you one.